My mom pilfered our birthday presents to fuel her obsessive buying habits, and she went so far as to poison my little brother to claim disability benefits, which she wasted away. In response, I orchestrated her complete public humiliation, making sure she got the punishment she deserved in the most satisfying manner. My mother was the type who would pawn our family pet while we were in class just to grab the newest gadget. As the oldest child, I spotted this pattern from a young age. My possessions would go missing, only to reappear in her private space. Or right after an item vanished, she'd show up with a fancy new purse. Anytime I attempted to alert others, they'd brush me off, insisting I was imagining things or that I shouldn't badmouth my parent. The situation escalated when my younger sibling, Liam, arrived. A decade younger than me, with vibrant emerald eyes brimming with curiosity. For his initial 3 celebrations, my mom snatched his surprises and exchanged them for cash the following day. I realized challenging her was dangerous. She'd probably strike me for being unappreciative or for spoiling her joy. But by his 4th event, I couldn't remain quiet. Liam was charming yet perceptive, mature enough to spot his items vanishing. I begged my mom, proposing to find work and hand her the equivalent amount she'd gained from reselling his treasures. She simply folded her arms and sneered. "You ungrateful little pest. Your special days are the only occasions I get to indulge myself." I exhaled deeply, grasping why our dad had departed. We weren't in financial distress, quite the opposite. She enjoyed yearly trips, lavished on beauty treatments, and we always had meals. She simply declined to allocate any funds to us beyond the essentials, including allowing us to retain our surprises. In the lead-up to Liam's occasion, I resorted to minor pilfering, out of desperation since employment eluded me. Just inexpensive items like toy vehicles and figurines, the kind I longed for someone to provide me during childhood. On his big day, Liam was thrilled, dashing about with endless vigor, babbling about his anticipation. Observing my mom prepare twisted my gut. She layered on cosmetics and donned a form-fitting outfit she said highlighted her shape. Our special events were the sole times she'd apply false eyelashes and polished nails. During the gathering, she overlooked Liam, coquettishly engaging every father present, even those accompanied by their spouses. She gently touched their limbs while giggling or nibble her lip as if pondering deeply. It was disgusting. Given the fathers were there with their children, they appeared uncomfortable, obviously repelled by her actions. My mom, trapped in her adolescent triumphs, acted the ideal guardian amid the activities. When attention focused on Liam, he, too innocent to perceive her pretense, believed she cherished him. Then arrived the instant that filled me with rage, the unwrapping phase. Liam delicately removed the wrapping from each package, his tiny fingers quivering with delight. Upon revealing a remote-operated machine from our relative Max, his gaze gleamed. "It functions," he yelped, gripping it firmly. "See, Mama, it illuminates." My mom's artificial grin expanded. "Incredible, dear, that's fantastic. We'll store it securely to prevent damage." I could tell she was calculating the second-hand worth as additional packages emerged. A digital timepiece from grandmother, a wheeled board from Uncle Ben, an art kit from our adjacent resident, Mrs. Carter. Each surprise caused Liam to leap with glee, and each leap deepened my despair. "Mama, can we use my digital timepiece this evening?" Liam inquired, radiant. "Certainly, sweetheart, but let's complete the unwrapping first." I attempted to protect the surprise area, but she was persistent. Amid the dessert, as all chanted, I noticed her stowing the items into sacks, asserting she was arranging them. She vocally expressed gratitude to each donor, portraying the attentive parent. Upon returning home, Liam dashed to the sacks. Digital timepiece moment," he repeated. "Oh, love, it requires charging and we must configure protective settings." "Perhaps tomorrow," she replied. I knew she'd liquidate them, so I formulated a scheme. I infiltrated her device and shared derogatory remarks, such as despising specific communities, and in under 30 minutes, her vending profiles were prohibited. I didn't even have to present Liam with the playthings I'd acquired. Amusing, but she suspected me and was prepared to retaliate. The following dawn, she was yelling at her gadget, desperately inspecting her applications, encountering prohibition after prohibition, rules breached, eternally blocked. Her complexion reddened, vessels protruding, cosmetics smeared from prior hours. I feigned slumber, observing through narrowed lids as she flung her device, denting the surface. She burst into my area, yanked away my cover, and insisted on knowing my actions. I acted unaware, questioning her meaning, maintaining composure. She gripped me fiercely, my skull jerking side to side. I maintained ignorance of her profiles, but she struck me, the sting burning my face, crimson dripping from my mouth. Then she offered an eerie grin that chilled me. "If you wish to engage in games, I can participate as well," she murmured, her tone hushed and threatening. As she departed, Liam shouted, inquiring about his digital timepiece. His optimistic tone shattered my spirit, but at minimum his surprises remained. I ought to have anticipated her swift counterattack. The subsequent day at education, I was called to the advisor's space. Miss Lee appeared concerned, stating my mom had reported disturbing conduct. Evidently, I was engaging in theft and required psychological assessment. She questioned if home was fine, her voice gentle yet inquisitive. I attempted to clarify, but she continued scribbling records. My mom had alleged discovering pilfered objects in my space, referencing compulsive stealing. The hypocrisy was nearly comical. My mom, the expert pilferer, accusing me. I stated it was intricate, but Miss Lee merely affirmed, arranging regular sessions. Upon arriving home, Liam was weeping on the furniture, his small frame trembling. He claimed Mama informed him his playthings were absent due to my misbehavior, that I'd traded them for substances. I embraced him, vowing his surprises were secure, but he withdrew, stating Mama cautioned him I was hazardous. In my space, I discovered my satchel emptied, cosmetics from the pharmacy, an unknown purse, inexpensive adornments, all inserted with protection labels attached. My mom had set me up. I captured images with my device, realizing I required proof. I inspected my compartments, additional planted objects with recent proofs of purchase. In the cooking area, I overheard her simulated sobbing on the line to Aunt Clara, expressing fear for Liam's well-being, that I'd pilfered and menaced her. Over ensuing days, she contacted every kin, fabricating more extravagant fabrications. I was an addict, aggressive, erratic. She informed grandmother I'd shoved her, told Uncle Ben I'd taken from him during the event. The deceptions proliferated, and soon locals like Mrs. Carter secured their entrances when I approached. I endeavored to capture my mom confessing reality, concealing my device behind the mixer. She chuckled, declaring she'd liquidate Liam's surprises and I couldn't prevent it. But she detected the device, demolished it, and crushed it into fragments. That evening while she bathed, I unlocked her storage lock, a technique I'd acquired digitally, and located Liam's digital timepiece, machine, and art kit. She discovered me, positioned in her wrap, moist, her expression unnaturally serene. She summoned emergency services, asserting I'd assaulted her and was pilfering. She obstructed the exit, marking her limbs to simulate an attack, creating marks and crimson. She informed the responder I was assaulting her, imploring haste. She orchestrated a scuffle, toppling a container. When she disconnected, she smirked, declaring I should have avoided her affairs. I huddled in her storage, encircled by opulent bags purchased with our robbed happiness. The authorities came promptly, 2 enforcers primed to accept her tearful narrative. She displayed her marks, weeping about my aggression. One extended for restraints when Mrs. Carter emerged, declaring she'd witnessed all via her view. She possessed visual evidence of my mom inflicting the marks herself. My mom asserted Mrs. Carter was confused, but she remained steadfast, presenting the blurry yet evident recording. She narrated my mom's pattern of taking our surprises. The enforcers advised my mom regarding false claims, then warned me to steer clear of issues. After their departure, my mom's mask dissolved. She granted me 60 minutes to exit, her icy tone. When I protested, she redialed the authorities, so I seized what possible and escaped. I rested in the Educational Resource Center that evening, concealing until vacant, the ground chilly yet protected. I messaged my instructors about household problems, cleansed in the fitness washroom, and managed. This became my routine for 7 days, resource center evenings, fitness cleanses. My mom discarded my items the next day, my attire, assignments, images all in waste containers, some damaged by water systems. She'd altered the entries, my tools ineffective. I recovered what feasible, stowing in my educational storage. Then she began seeing Ethan, our relative Noah's elder sibling who'd recently returned. Within days, he was essentially residing there. Ethan, in his mid-20s and unemployed, trusted her stories of a problematic adolescent offspring. She probably wept about the challenges of lone parenting. I continued collecting Liam from early education, but he was altered, sluggish, constantly drowsy. He mentioned Mama's unique medications caused sleepiness. One day, I missed classes to trail them. From opposite the road, I observed her and Ethan place Liam, scarcely aware, into the vehicle. They traveled to a dubious exchange store. Ethan remained with Liam while my mom entered with a container. Through the glass, I viewed her extract Liam's surprises. I took snapshots with an economical, single-use recorder. When they exited, I faced them. Ethan became hostile, labeling me a stalker and warning of detention. My mom simulated tears, alleging I was bothering her. I attempted displaying Ethan the snapshots, but he shoved me, and I tumbled against a vehicle. An exchange store employee appeared, and my mom portrayed the sufferer once more. They departed. Liam began dreading me, maintaining space during collection, requesting his educator if another could escort him. When I tried embracing him, he recoiled, my sibling who once hurried to me now frightened, tainted by her deceptions. Utilizing resource center machines, I discovered she was receiving aid for Liam, alleging he had growth challenges. I revealed archived online clips of her instructing him to behave strangely at medical appointments. Avoid gaze, echo phrases, simulated outbursts. She'd initiated financial accounts in our identities, several in mine, a few in Liam's, all exhausted on her extravagances. I documented everything, constructing a dossier. I notified child protection, but it rebounded. The caseworker, Jenna, was burdened and accepted my mom's performance. The residence was immaculate, Liam attired nicely, Ethan acting the devoted partner. My mom presented the attack document, weeping about my unreliability. Liam, trained, stated Mama was wonderful, but I was frightening. Jenna terminated the inquiry, noting a spiteful youth. My mom's reprisal was brutal. She contacted my cleaning position at a modest eatery where the proprietor, Mr. Wang, had relaxed regulations to employ me. She alleged I took from the register and was risky. Mr. Wang terminated me to evade complications, severing my earnings. She shared in community forums, branding me an aggressive pilferer using my educational image. The message circulated, and no one would engage me, not even the nearby shop. But I recalled her portable computer code from long ago, her birth date and secondary education completion year, her peak period. At the resource center, I entered her correspondence. I located communications from half a decade prior with a gentleman named Richard Lee, her former spouse from another region. They shared 2 offspring, Caleb and Noah. The messages echoed our tale. Deception, fabricated ailments, taken surprises. Richard had resisted, engaged legal aid, and pursued deception accusations, abandoned when she escaped. I found exchanges with males she'd deceived, asserting invented conditions like cancer, gathering funds via platforms. She possessed prepared narratives stored. I also discovered Liam's father hadn't deserted us. She'd absconded when he queried absent funds. He'd dispatched support we never received, pleading for interaction, disregarded or intimidated. I forwarded all proof to a fresh account, but I required recent validation. I remembered her external storage in her adornment container, filled with fiscal and official documents. The following day, my educational storage was breached, the storage and my portable taken. The monitors malfunctioned that day. I had to recreate weeks of academic tasks, my instructors viewing me suspiciously. I persisted in shadowing her, employing a loaned device from an understanding peer. I captured her teaching Liam to simulate a tumble at the market, guiding him to wail and grasp his limb. I documented it from behind a rack. The next day, they executed it. Liam collapsed, shrieking, my mom demanding recompense. I possessed the practice recording. I also documented her administering medication to Liam before departing, a liquid I investigated, a substance to provoke sickness, creating the illusion of illness for compassion and funds. I escorted Liam to the educational health aide, stating he appeared unwell. Aide Thompson recorded his drowsiness and queasiness, noting it and reaching his physician. That evening, I messaged all who'd provided Liam surprises, distributing exchange store snapshots and digital advertisements under Ethan's identity. Uncle Ben, who'd invested substantially in the wheeled board, was furious. Mrs. Carter wasn't astonished, merely sorrowful. Grandmother hesitated, but the financial account proof in Liam's name shattered her. She requested additional validation, and I presented the deception, toxicity, and guidance. We organized a gathering at Mrs. Carter's, inviting event attendees and Richard, who traveled extensively with his proof. Images of his child's taken surprises, fabricated health documents. Grandmother, a retired legal assistant, compiled a condemning folder. We arranged a snare, an additional celebration for Liam at Mrs. Carter's, presented as a kin reunion. Grandmother contacted my mom, expressing desire to repair with fresh surprises. My mom succumbed, probably envisioning the hall. We installed recorders, surprise area, entrance, broad view, plus a hidden monitor and plush toy. Richard provided his legal contact. His offspring, now adolescents, had severed ties with their parent, scarred by invented health examinations. On the weekend, I concealed above observing. Attendees came with surprises: Uncle Ben with an improved wheeled board, grandmother with a gaming system, Ethan's kin with educational playthings, embarrassed by him. My mom showed at mid-afternoon, Liam medicated and unsteady, Ethan following uneasily. She navigated the space, depicting the burdened parent. During surprises, her gaze sparkled, but Liam was too frail to unwrap them. Uncle Ben assisted. Grandmother declared an education savings for Liam, available only upon maturity in a stable environment. My mom's grin faltered. Uncle Ben disclosed location devices in the playthings, demonstrating the program. Mrs. Carter provided a device with shared controls. My mom was trapped. Declining surprises appeared negative, but she couldn't trade them. Richard arose, revealing her previous deceptions. Ethan seemed shocked, ignorant of her prior kin. He displayed images, financial logs, judicial folders. My mom attempted escape with Liam, but Uncle Ben impeded her. I descended, and she erupted, comprehending the arrangement. She yelled about abduction, but grandmother stated Liam was remaining for his event. Ethan held her, recognizing her authentic nature. Mrs. Carter broadcast the exchange store recording, then my guidance footage. Ethan confessed he'd traded items, trusting her deceptions, displaying his profiles. My mom attempted asserting a buying compulsion, but Aide Thompson arrived, verifying the toxicity. My sound of her admitting all, labeling Liam her revenue source, confirmed it. Grandmother had obtained temporary guardianship that dawn. Authorities arrived, notified by a local. They identified my mom from her fabricated claim. With recordings and observers, they detained her for deception, risk, and pilfering. Ethan assisted, supplying proofs and messages, receiving supervision. My mom resisted, shrieking about her entitlements, asserting Liam required her remedy. Aide Thompson revealed the toxin. Liam rested at grandmother's, gradually improving as the substances dissipated, his genuine personality resurfacing. The judicial process advanced swiftly. With Richard's folders and our proof, she accepted a deal. 6 years, compensation, no guardianship. She'd reimburse aid funds and obligations indefinitely. I resided with Mrs. Carter, who offered a genuine sleeping space. My advisor, once deceived, became my supporter. I entered higher education with funding, my composition on enduring household turmoil. Liam began counseling, discovering affection shouldn't cause pain. Grandmother liquidated the residence for his support, relocating to a location with ample outdoor space. His 5th event was authentic. Cherished individuals retained surprises. I visit regularly, serving as his sibling. He navigates his wheeled board, smiling, his playthings enduring. He seldom inquires about Mama. Richard's offspring linked with us, recovering via mutual narratives. My mom attempts deceptions in confinement, but none accept. Her correspondences to Liam, reviewed by grandmother, are egotistical tirades. I commenced higher education, my shared room truly mine, acquired legitimately. Liam's 6th event approaches, and we're arranging a genuine festivity. He's protected, cherished, and liberated, and that's invaluable. So what are your thoughts on this story? Do you agree with what happened, or do you see it differently? Let us know your opinion in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our upcoming stories. See you in the next one.